We're going to do 453 times 8 using all three methods: partial products, lattice, and standard algorithm. Starting with partial products. I'm going to expand my number here. 453 is really 400 plus 50 plus 3. And then I'm going to multiply that by 8. So my work here, I'm going to distribute the 8 times the 400, and then the 8 times 50, and then finally the 8 times the 3. So 400 times 8, that's just going to be 4 times 8 is 32, and then attach my 2 zeros. And then I have 50 times 8, 5 times 8 is 40, so this would be 400. And then finally, the 3 times 8, which is 24. I'm going to add all that up. And I should get 3,624. I also show this vertically. So if I start with the 3 times the 8, and I get 24, and then 8 times 50, since the 5 is in the tens place, would be 400. And then finally the 8 times the 400, since the 4 is in the hundreds place, would be 3,200. And then the area model that goes with this. So there's no need to expand one side of this, but the other side, the longer side, should be 400 plus 50 plus 3. So I'm going to subdivide my rectangle based on that. And then I'm just going to write those products inside each section of this. So I could either write 8 times 400, or I could just write the 3,200. The next box is going to be the 8 times 50, or 400. And then the 8 times 3, which is the 34. And then let me go ahead and go through the lattice method. So 453 is my longer number, so it's going to go across the top. So I'm going to have 3 boxes going this way. And then since this is a single digit number, just 1 box going that way, but I am going to go ahead and draw my diagonals in each of these. It doesn't matter what order I do the multiplication. So I could just go ahead and do, let's say I start in the middle. 5 times 8 is 40. Then I'll go to the right. It doesn't matter. 3 times 8 is 24. 4 times 8 is 32. And then I'm going to add along each of these diagonals. So this one is just a 4. Here I have 2 plus 0, which is 2. Here is 2 plus 4, which is 6. And then finally just the 3. So I'm getting the same answer, 3,624. And then finally I'm going to use the standard algorithm. So I'm going to list the longer number first, 453, and then the 8. I'm going to do the multiplication here. So I'm going to have 8 times 3 is 24. So I'll regroup a 2 and write a 4. 8 times 5 is 40. Plus the 2 that I regrouped would give me 42. So I'm going to regroup a 4 and write a 2. And then 8 times 4 is 32. Plus the 4 that I regrouped would be 36. There's no place to regroup, so I'd write those digits down. and I get the same answer.